Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Sky High, episode number 63. Boys and girls, here on a Wednesday. And ladies and gentlemen, the big news coming out from last night, is that hockey will be back. The National Hockey League have laid out a plan to bring the postseason into our dreams, into our assholes, into our television, whatever fucking way you want to consume hockey. It is coming to you! Now, out of the 31 teams, 24 top teams will be participating in the postseason. 7 of the bottom tier bitch teams, they're done. They're waiting for the draft lottery, which in itself is a bit complicated. And there are much more eloquent, columnists, journalists that can explain that shit. But essentially, you got the 1 through 7, right? The fucking losers. And you're waiting for, I believe, 8 teams to lose their qualifying round. Now, the qualifying round is very curious, too. And let's rewind here a little bit. In each conferences, divided by 12 teams, 4 teams are top seeding based on, of course, their point tally throughout the year. And let me go ahead and read this out there because I don't want to fucking get any goddamn facts mixed up. So, the top 4 seeds of the Eastern Conference is the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning, Washington Capitals, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, within the West, you have... I apologize, it's taking a little bit long to load up. In the West, top 4 seeds being the St. Louis Blues, Colorado Avalanche, Vegas Golden Knights, and the Dallas Stars. Now, what essentially happens in these top 4 seedings is they're going to play some sort of round robin, game between the teams with regular season OT rules involved. And the other teams in the qualifying rounds, they have to play based on the whole sentiment is a best of 5 between each other, or who's been matched up essentially. And the losers who are eliminated, they fall into that, that draft lottery, top 15, and you move on from there. And I know I didn't really explain it all too well, but essentially it's this, guys. All right, you got the top 4 seeds. They're going to play each other, regular season style, to determine who's the top within that group, who's going to be number 1 overall seeding in that conference and shit. And qualifying rounds, best of 5. Teams just try to kill each other playoff style and hopefully make it to the big dance. Which, by all means, because we're having this schedule, the 2019-2020 regular season is done, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. It is done. You have the obvious regular season awards to give out. I believe, was it the Hart Trophy? Is the Hart for the most points? No, Art Ross. Fuck me. Anyways. Because if I keep fucking guessing, I'm just stupider, so I'm just going to say this. Leon Draisaitl, first German NHL player to have the most point tally in the season and win the award. Congratulations to Leon Draisaitl. I believe David Pastrnak and Alexander Ovechkin tied for the Maurice Richard Rocket Trophy, most goals in the season. And all these awards are going to trickle down. I mean, you have the draft lottery set for June 26th, and I would imagine some sort of award, regular season awards will be distributed there or in some form. But listen, man, it's not ideal, the situation we're in this year, right? If, by all means, the season was still around, we would be possibly within like that final week or two, the Stanley Cup. We really would be. But because of the pandemic, because of everything that's been going down, I mean, it seems like the most, I would say the most fair thing you could do at this point. Because otherwise, I mean, there's not a whole lot you could do, right? 31 league team can't have, 16? Just because those 10 or so remaining games could have been, altering the course of a franchise that's probably barely hanging in there. So when, people criticize a team like the Canadiens or the Chicago Blackhawks, as much as I, don't necessarily, care for those franchises, hell, this is a way for them to deserve a chance, and shit. We haven't had hockey for 3 goddamn months, so something's better than nothing, right? It's just my general mentality with this shit. And there's still going to be a lot of things we don't know yet with this play-in series. We don't know what the specific dates are going to be. Training camp and facilities still have to be determined. Hub cities, 2 major hub cities that are going to host the East and West Conference, they still have to be determined. Las Vegas being one of the cities right now, it's going to be very curious to see how other hub cities, potential hub cities, try to bring along this business. But man, Vegas is a very curious case right now, because just last night, boys and girls, Las Vegas announced that they will start to reopen May 29th, and the plan and schedule is majority and a lot of those casinos out there will be open on June 4th. And also, we do have to say that they will not be operating at max capacity, limited, with a lot of restrictions. Of course, employees will have to go through, testings and screenings, all this shit, which, yeah, with what I've seen with Las Vegas over the last 2.5 months, I mean, this is something that we desperately need in terms of the economy, right? The city's just been a fucking mess. And to be honest, I think it's great, the fact that Vegas is one of those potential hub cities, right, to host the NHL. And I'm not gonna get into the fucking politics of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of the goddamn rigidity of political lenses. What I see is a city that has been drained and damn near soulless for a couple of months, and to get the city back open at this point, it's going to be huge for a majority of businesses out there. And if the hub city happens to be Vegas, I mean, that's only going to help the city more. So for selfish reasons, I obviously hope Vegas becomes one of the hub cities for the betterment of the city and etc. And yeah, I understand that the USA isn't just fucking Las Vegas. I'm not a fucking idiot. There are other cities. There are other potential hub cities that will be, putting their name out there and hoping that they get their shit all rolled up. I mean, Dallas seems like a pretty decent option at this point, but every motherfucker is gonna get on your ass about fucking numbers and irresponsibility of health, all that shit. But to be quite honest, I'm at this point right now where I don't care. I don't care. I don't really care what your political beliefs are. I don't really care what side you're on. All I care about is just, can we take some decent steps into normalcy? And I think having hockey potentially coming back within the next month and a half seems like that good step. It seems like that good optimistic step that the world desperately needed. So we'll see how shit goes, man. We will see how shit goes. But my whole thing is right now, Vegas is riding high. Vegas is riding a little high right now. Obviously, you have the city, potentially opening up on Friday. And the Golden Knights are set to unveil their new AHL franchise, logo, whatever have you, team name, on Thursday. It's going to be based out of Henderson, Nevada, a couple of miles away from Las Vegas. Technically, like it's in the same vicinity, but Vegas is a very small community where about 45 minutes you get from one side of the valley to the other. So it's one of those things where, it's a weird technicality, but you have to fucking specify it out there because Henderson people will just fucking get at your shit. But yes, the AHL team will be unveiled tomorrow, Thursday, and I would imagine the Henderson Silver Knights would be the most logical name, right? Unless you get like the Henderson Silver Squires, or the Golden Squires, which would be really fucking weird. Yet, I've seen weirder shit. I have seen weirder shit, so I'm not gonna fucking pretend that a sports franchise coming off with a weird name is gonna really freak me the fuck out. It's not. I mean, positively, what is freaking me the fuck out is, slowly but surely, all these sports balls are trickling down to us, to the consumers, where we can watch this shit. And as much as people don't watch soccer in this country, in the United States, as much as people, and on top of that, don't watch women's soccer, great news for the National Women's Soccer League, the NWSL, here based in the USA. They will be coming back on June, mid-June, with a one month tournament, 25 game. Jesus Christ! It's a 1 month, 25 game tournament between 9 teams, everybody in the goddamn league, and should be curious. Should be very curious as to how that shit rolls out, man. But it is a interesting time. It is an interesting time right now all throughout the world, where we've seen the what's the right word? We've seen the kind of effect that not having something so mindless as sports, what kind of effect that can have on the fucking body and on the mind. But having sports come back, man, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see all this shit happen. But goddamn it, guys, not gonna lie to you, the weed is kicking in really hard, and the ability to articulate these things is getting more difficult. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign out for today, boys and girls. Follow me at the Sky Lounge, and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. And forgot to say one more thing here. The Vegas Golden Knights are your Pacific Division winners for the second time in 3 years. So yeah, suck on it, Sharks. Now, boys and girls, fuck off.